So the first time I came to South Bay, I really enjoyed Andy's message and it really spoke to me, and lucky for me it was a baptism Sunday, so I made the decision right then and there to get baptized. And I was kind of struggling with my finances at that point. My job wasn't permanent and the jobs I was working were kind of sporadic, and so when I did have money I would compulsive shop and pretty much just put aside the rent, and then whatever else I had was free reign. But I continued going to church after I was baptized, and I made a lot of friends there. And so a couple months later, when it was determined that my husband was going to be going to prison, I came to the South Bay office and I met with David and Felipe to ask if they could possibly help me send him some money before he left. And so we talked and they graciously agreed to help me out. And during that conversation, I learned about tithing and what it was. Basically that God has asked us to give 10% of whatever we have, whether it's $1 or, just whatever he blesses us with, give 10% back as an act of faith. And while it was a scary thought, especially when my finances were kind of small to begin with, I just made the decision because I realized, I had turned my life over to God and things were already starting to happen, and I didn't want to just do it halfway. I wanted to do it all the way. And so I agreed, and a couple days later on Sunday, I gave 10% of my paycheck in the offering basket. And I didn't know what to expect when I dropped it in there and knew I couldn't take it back. But I was really surprised because instead of freaking out, I just felt like this sense of joy just because I really was putting so much faith in God by giving that money. And so 2 days later on Tuesday, I received a call from the IRS informing me that 3 years prior to that I had overpaid my taxes and that they were going to be issuing me a refund check. So that just kind of got me excited, like, oh wow, I wonder what else God has in store for me. And so ever since then I've been giving, and in the meantime I was hired on full-time at the job where I was a temp, and I've actually even gotten a 20% raise. But all the changes are not just financial. I just have a sense of peace that I never had before, and just every day I get up excited to see, what God is going to bless me with that day. So I started tithing as soon as I learned what it was, and I've never regretted it since.